This video is going to speak for itself. Grace got ratioed because she said something stupid.
Well,
I wish I could say Grace fought the good fight and Twitter left her alone. But fortunately for me,
but that's not the case here.
you're about to find out. Monkeys, roll the footage.
That's just a car.
Yeah, that works.
I like
all right,
that a lot.
all right, moving on.
Hey, what about Tulip?
Here we are, bounding into comics with my girl, Grace. Film scooper Grace Randolph took to Twitter to defame the Mandalorian and Terror on the Prairie actress Gina Carano. Yes, I was involved in this thread. I dropped a couple little choice words in there with Grace. She is
Stupid! Retarded. Are you fucking high?
had Gina Carano not been a white, conservative-leaning woman, Grace would have championed her cause. But no. Gina made a perfect analogy with her Instagram post, and then, all the weirdos climbed out of the woodwork. So here, let's go through a little bit of this, and then we'll go over to the Twitter side, and we'll go through the actual thread. She's the kind of positive role model that young women can look up to. Hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, things of the like. She is a true inspiration, not to just women. She could, that's definitely someone, if I had a daughter, I would, if she wanted to, emulate someone, that is a perfect example of a woman to look up to, strong, independent, very self-assured. She's a fighter, an actress, and just an all-around good person. She's one of the few, and everybody, we want Gina back in Star Wars. Why would you want her to go back to Lucasfilm at this point? That's like escaping a den of miscreants and then willingly going back, because you have Stockholm Syndrome, and she's smarter than that. So she, took her ball and left after they, failed to renew her contract, fired her, what have you. The semantics of the situation at this point are, irrelevant because it's done and over with. And God willing, she'll never go back because Disney, Lucasfilm is a toxic work environment. It is. And that's all going to play in to what we're talking about today because while Gina is the focus of one of the tweets that Grace made, the larger issue is not about Gina. It's about Moses Ingram from the Obi-Wan series, and it's absolutely hilarious the way these people react to this. And I want to preface that whole thing, this entire video, by saying that I don't condone any of the vitriol or racist messages that were sent to Moses Ingram, because that's disgusting. That's vile. You do not ever attack one of the actors or creatives unless they fire the first salvo. That's the thing. And then even if you do respond, proportionately to what they say, don't be a racist. Why would you do that? That's the lowest common denominator of insult, and it really shows, your merits and your colors. You're inside, no pun intended. But no, it's disgusting. You can criticize the show, the writers for having, terrible writing, a bad character that's just, meh. And I said the same thing about Daisy Ridley. I'm not attacking Daisy Ridley because of Rey. Rey's a shit character. She's working with what she's got. This is the thing. This character is a box check because this is not one of the Inquisitors. So they're just like, oh my God, we have to have a black female. Let's make her one of the Inquisitors. Let's make her the most powerful Inquisitor. She's better than all the other Inquisitors. And it turns out she's not even bad. She's just a misunderstood villain because we can't have a marginalized POC being a villain. No. Nosies. And then, I haven't seen the third episode, but the first two episodes, and like I said, I'm not reviewing the show on the channel. I don't even want to talk about it, but this article is relevant. And the only reason I haven't watched it was because my son wanted to watch it. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll watch it with you. Dad will bite the bullet and watch it with you because you enjoy it, and I'm not going to ruin that for you, to my son. So I'm sitting there, and I'm quietly watching this, and I'm just watching this entire thing unfold with this Reva, and I'm utterly stupefied at how important they try to make her seem, how easily she kills the Grand Inquisitor, and how integral Leia was to this, when the premise of the show is Obi-Wan is protecting Luke on Tatooine, and of course he has to leave and protect Leia because Leia's more important than Luke, because women are more important than men in this saga, don't you know? And I'm not downplaying Leia. I'm downplaying the retcons they're making to Leia because it's ridiculous. And I know in the EU, trained Jedi, Leia is absolutely. That's fine. Not taking that away. But this isn't the EU, my friends. It's not. And for them to try to incorporate snippets of the EU at this point just to, falsely push their narrative that the women are the most important thing in Star Wars is very disingenuous to the source material that you're working with. So this whole thing is just a conglomeration, an amalgamation of idiocy, lunacy, and garbage tier entertainment. And I shouldn't even call it entertainment because it's content. It's not entertainment. So here's where we start the article. Reacting to the claims made by Obi-Wan Kenobi actress Moses Ingram regarding comments she's received following her own statements in Vanity Fair, Randolph, yes, you can critique Star Wars actors and characters. No, race and gender are not valid criticisms, and under no circumstances should you harass any talent in front or behind the camera. Now, it's okay to go after Gina Carano. It's okay to go after her, right, Grace?
Well.
She added, I hope Moses Ingram stays on social media. She's badass and is great in Obi-Wan.
That's not the case here.
Okay, let's analyze this and look at Grace's past track record. There are 3 reasons why Grace Randolph thinks that Moses Ingram is so badass and so great on Obi-Wan. Number 1, she's a female. Number 2, she's black. Number 3, it furthers the message. That's exactly why Grace thinks she's so badass, because this character is not badass. She's not. It's forced, it's ham-fisted, and it's ridiculous. Nothing about her says this is a compelling character I want to know more about. She has what we in the wrestling business call go away. Pretty much the entire show drags the series. It drags itself down. It's dragging itself of its own volition. I couldn't be less excited about something at one point in time that would have really had me jumping for joy to see Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan. But knowing he's coming back as Obi-Wan with everybody in place that's in charge, Kathleen Kennedy, yada yada, we see the end result of that is this is Jake Kenobi. This is Jake Kenobi, basically. I gotta go protect Leia these. So here's where it gets bad for Grace. Mr. Man, who has 79 followers, said, unless you're Gina Carano, I guess, and he used the wrong your. It's Y-O-U''RE, as in you are. Gina Carano made anti-Semitic and anti-trans statements repeatedly.
Shut up, bitch!
Receipts. She didn't make any anti-Semitic or anti-trans statements. Let's go down because they show, and I want to just to recap before we go over to Twitter. I want to go over and we'll look at Gina's posts. All right, here's the one from August 2nd of the man refusing to give the Yahtzee salute with the rest of the Yahtzees. Ace said to Gina,
how can you like a tweet making fun of people putting their pronouns in their bios? You're supporting people who make fun of others for showing trans people that they're supported and valid.
They're supported and valid. They can be supported, but mental illness should not ever be validated or signed off on like this, because that's what this is. I'm sorry, you're placating mental illness, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. People like Grace Randolph trust the science when it comes to that, but the science that says there's 2 genders, 1, 2, we don't trust that science because it doesn't fit the message, which is
you can be whatever you want, these.
No, you can't. You can be what you're born at. And the rest of it is mental illness and you making a decision you're going to regret down the line. Look up the statistics of people who undergo transition and see how many of them last and how long. It's sad. It's sad. I'm not making light of it. It's sad. Gina says she had a conversation about putting pronouns in her bio, but still would not be participating in the trend, which no problem with that. If you have pronouns in your bio, you saw the GIF earlier. I just, anything you say at that point to me is just, you're done. Why? Why should I take you seriously? Why? You don't get pronouns. You don't get your own fucking pronouns. You don't. That is such ego. That is narcissism. These are my pronouns and I don't have to do shit. All I have to do is treat you with basic human respect, which means I don't have to acknowledge anything other than, you know, if you're in my sphere and we come in contact, you know, acknowledge you as a human being. Absolutely. Am I going to bow to your mental illness and narcissism? Never. There is a snowball's chance in hell of that ever happening with any of these fucking weirdos. Never. Fuck your pronouns. Ah, yes. While Carano refused to put her pronouns in her bio, she did update it with beep, bop, boop. She explained why she was facing increased harassment. They're mad because I won't put pronouns in my bio to show my support for trans lives. After months of harassing me in every way, I decided to put 3 very controversial words in my bio. Beep, bop, boop. I'm not against trans lives at all. They need to find less abusive representation, Carano added. She's absolutely right. They are the tiny, 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 tiny smallest minority of that community. And yet we are meant to believe that there's, you know, like a majority of them. There isn't. There's a small minority of mentally ill people who who are demanding and stomping their feet and saying, you know, that they need to be recognized, and they don't. Yeah, see, here's one of these fucking weirdos. She tweeted, I don't think trans people would like all of you trying to force a woman to put something in her bio through harassment and name-calling every day for months, such as racist, transphobe, bitch, weirdo, I hope you die, I hope you lose your career, you're fat, you're ugly. And Carano would eventually be fired by Lucasfilm, the Walt Disney Company. Here's the Instagram story that she was likening the treatment of people, you know, by their neighbors and turning neighbors against neighbors, which that is something that happened in past history. And we all know when. I don't need to bring it up because YouTube doesn't like that. And here's the stupid response from Lucasfilm to her firing. A Lucasfilm spokesman issued a statement to trade outlets about the firing. It read, Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm. There are no plans for her to be in the future. The spokesman added, nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Whoever posted that is full-on retard. They're full-on retard. We've got the backstory on the Gina Carano situation for those of you who are just catching up. Here's Dummy Grace's tweet right here, okay? 2,500 likes, 36 quote tweets, 183 retweets. So here's where Grace got ratioed, unless you're Gina Carano, I guess. And she says this. Now here's mine right here. This is what I said to Grace right here. What did Gina say that was anti-Semitic? As a Jewish person, I laugh when I hear her statement misconstrued. Also, Lucasfilm allows their employees to preemptively attack fans and operate with impunity, but it doesn't excuse the use of racial epithets. Followed up with, you people use that term transphobic and don't even understand that you're using it incorrectly. A phobia indicates there's a level of fear. When you and I both know fear isn't the reason they're disliked. It's being forced to placate mental illness despite science. And my last one was, also, if Gina Carano was so anti-Semitic, why did Ben Shapiro collaborate with her? Grace, I swear you don't even realize how stupid your comments come off sometimes, yet here you are.
Well,
Sean O'Rourke said, Reva had like 11 minutes of screen time out of the first 2 episodes. There has not been enough time to develop her character. It's a small minority who have a loud megaphone. Zach responds that, kind of like the people who called for Gina fired. Absolutely right. And then this August Wild says, Gene did this. Completely insane. This guy's a fucking idiot. Here's the screenshots. It says your days are numbered. You suck, loser. You're a diversity hire and you won't be loved or remembered for this acting role. You are not the first in Star Wars, fool. Uncalled for, unnecessary, disgusting. Ayo, Kenobi, you ain't finna run forever, white boy. Get back here, third sister. You have now been converted into the St. George of Floyd of Star Wars. Are you happy? Oh, if she just comes out in a video, like on Instagram, was like, it's me, baby. Oh my God. Got 4 tweets here. And this Zach says 4 people. And he says, so the fact you're being obtuse on purpose proves you didn't actually care about the evidence and were digging your heels into your side no matter what. She shared 4. What was she going to do? Share every single typical one every one she gets? Typical response. This guy says there's nearly 8 billion people on this planet and everyone is going crazy because 2 people had a dig at her race. Where's the actual proof? It was stated there was multitudes of racist comments and death threats. These 4 screenshots are DMs that have already been shown. And this guy, is that not enough? Should those have been sent? Does she have to look every single DM? Look at you desperately trying to deny any racism directed at her.
Fuck that puto!
This is, so where's the article for basically every other person on the internet, let alone a celebrity? I can guarantee Carl Weathers and John Boyega got harassed too. Where's the support for them? I'm sure their DMs have messages they can cherry pick to build a narrative around. Yeah, and this guy's completely getting destroyed in this. Let's see what else we have. This is a good one right here. I'm not critiquing race. I'm criticizing that this is a limited series, isn't focused enough on Obi-Wan, and this is the only series he's getting, Boba Fett 2.0. Will Disney be brave enough to make a black character big on a poster for foreign audiences amid foreign tensions? We know they won't, because Disney doesn't care about diversity. They care about money, which is funny because that's why they bend the knee to China. They want those sweet commie dollars.
Which one of you decided to go and start bad-mouthing the Chinese government?
She's not that great in Obi-Wan. No, this is not about race and gender, but this is how well they serve the story. While I personally already don't see the point in an Obi-Wan show, her loud and overbearing role doesn't add to it. Oh, here we go, right here. John Saunders.
Loud and overbearing, used about a black woman, shake my head. I will agree that we should get a better idea of what she has against Obi-Wan pretty soon.
Well.
She is loud and overbearing, and it has nothing to do with her being a black woman. It's bad acting and bad writing.
Yup!
Sure, son.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
I agree. People bringing race into it are stupid. But in my opinion, that's how bad she is in this show. If you are attracting all this hate without doing anything bad, then it shows. I was just on episode 1, and she made me not want to watch the rest of the show. Jerry Bailey. He's a Grace super follower.
Moses Ingram saves the series for me. Leia and Obi-Wan are obnoxious so far. So let's see more of the badass Reva, third sister.
Paging Dr. Faggot! Dr. Faggot!
I should go.
That's a good idea, Dr. Faggot.
So they should have named the show Reva. That's absolutely what people are upset about. It's called Bait and Switch. The show's ending was leaked online.
That is correct.
No, you can't critique them, especially if they are any kind of minority, because that will be used as a shield. See the Rey character discourse, for example. Any criticism leveled against her was deflected with, well, you just hate women. And these are absolutely valid points.
Third sister rules. Wish Moses Ingram the best and happy that people are finally talking about this long overlooked issue.
What are you, gay?
Also glad to see Star Wars has learned from the unfortunate Kelly Marie Tran incident and is finally protecting their talent.
Sure, Jan.
See, this is hilarious because the Kelly Marie Tran thing made up. It was a false narrative. This guy, Charles Garrity, says the major problem with race bending and blackwashing, aside from, it being deeply offensive, is that it takes roles from actors who are actually of that ethnicity and race. In turn, we get stuck with minor roles who only serve as a supplement to woke masses. People are being rational about this. This is the thing. This is the majority of the comments you get are rational. Even the DMs. 2 of them are very offensive and derogatory, using a racial epithet, things like that. But the other 2 are just whatever. I'm sorry, nobody's gonna kill you because you're playing a role. These people are losers. They don't leave their house, and this goes for both sides. Let's see, Anton. I really like the show, but so far she and the young girl are weak links in the show. Ewan is uneven, but overall still great. Sometimes though, his delivery just feels like he's not talking to the person he's supposed to be talking to in the scene. But still, I love it. Here's this. This guy uses the exact same screenshot. This was Mecha Random's video. I'm no way taking it for Mecha Random because I don't really have much of an opinion on Mecha Random. I don't care about her. Messy, and I'm sick of y'all trying. Okay. Operation Get Behind the Darkies is real. Diversity Hire Human Shield. I will say this because this is what she was referencing, and it's a very poor choice of wording. Very poor. South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. the U.S. versus Canada war, the U.S. had all the black soldiers up front, and they called it Operation Human Shield, or Get Behind the Darkies. That was a joke made in that movie that was made in 1999. Mecha Random chose to use that. Not a good choice. Not a good choice at all.
He chose poorly.
That's the gist behind the reference. Should she have done that? No, because she already has enough issues with her image as it is. Caleb Z's.
The problem is people say, I don't like her character. She's a bad actress. We heard the same comments about Kelly Marie Tran, John Boyega, a person of color in Star Wars, and suddenly they're a bad actress or not fit for the role. I wonder why that is. It's racism, Z's.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
The racism was Disney shrinking down John Boyega's role on the poster for China.
Who here thought they had permission to say anything critical of Chinese politics?
And letting Rian Johnson make him into a bumbling idiot when they could have made him a compelling character. They could have made him a Jedi, but no, they had to focus on Rey. Kelly Marie Tran was insufferable. Boyega's character was hella promising and he got sacked somehow. I'm blaming Disney for throwing those characters under the bus. Let's see what they do with Ingram. Fingers crossed they write her character at least decently.
Honestly, she was my favorite part of the debut. She delivered some fiery badassery in both character and her delivery of material to an otherwise tepid first couple episodes. She's not great, but the list of issues, she's not on it. She's the best part of the show so far.
Most of the complaints I'm hearing are just don't like her character, the way it was written. I'm hoping for more growth from her, but I did find myself feeling annoyed at several moments during the show. And somebody says, careful now, you'll be called a racist in 3, 2...
That's racist!
Here's the tweet right here. She says Gina made anti. Yeah, you can see 263 likes, 241 quote tweets, and this one has 1,611 comments on just this comment she made. There's mine. He says anti-Semitic comments, right? And that's why Devout Jew was the first to approach her for a collaboration after Disney canceled her, right? You're a clown. Iron Wolf says, you're embarrassing yourself. I'm just glad I didn't have to hear you verbally say it. No, she didn't, and this is literally what you just said. The Black Bin user. Even if your baseless claims is true, under no circumstances only applicable when someone is being subjected to hate of their race, or does it apply to everyone? Because, you should really live by the standards you set equally. Writing Raven says, I'm Jewish and this is a blatant lie. And Master TDS says, I'm piggybacking because she blocked me. I agree with my wife. Provide the receipt. So far, every receipt I've seen was taken wildly out of context. Keeney90, what's up, brother? He says, you got receipts for that, or are you just equating reposting a quote by an actual Jewish museum and not falling to pressure by putting pronouns in bio anti-Semitic and anti-trans statements? I look forward to your block. This is verifiably false. Get your head out of your ass from Josiah Rises. Chris the Geek, what are you talking about? Show us. What did she say exactly? Quarter Black Garrett, she did not. Provide receipts. Stop being a shitty reporter. Grumpy Old Ninja, when? Never. That's when. Show proof. Or be Amber Heard. Gary from Nerdrotic asked for receipts. I'm honestly shocked that this hasn't been... Grace hasn't deleted this yet. I really am. Let's take this thing home. Grace got annihilated on Twitter. Quote tweeted, ratioed to hell. It was a beautiful thing after she spouted off with some absolute blatant stupidity, a lie, a false narrative propagated by disgusting individuals on Twitter and at Lucasfilm, directed at a woman who they should be supporting because she's very strong, independent. The problem is she doesn't co-sign to their political beliefs and their ideological propaganda and all that nonsense. No, Gina stands on her own, for her own principles, and these people could not stand it, so they attack her. And thusly, Grace Randolph, by proxy, got obliterated for her own stupidity. Hoist by her own petard, I believe the saying goes. But that's it. That's what I think. Grace, look, if you want, Grace, if you want to come on the show and talk about it, hon, come on. You got an open invite. Bring your 960,000 subscribers. It's fine. We'll have a nice talk, and you'll probably fall in love with me. It's all right. I understand. I'm absolutely gorgeous. That's it, folks. I'm done for the day. I'll be over on Orville Nation later tonight. Do all the YouTube things. You know what to do. Members get thanked proper at the end of the video. Welcome to our new members that joined last night. And that's it. I'm Itepukuita, the place to be reviews. I've been here with all these. If I don't see you, have a great day. A pleasant tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one.
The following announcement
has been paid for by the New World Order.
Up into the ring in just a moment or two for more exciting fucking action.
Get your own.
Take that, you bitch!
No! What the hell?
How'd you like that?
Hey, joke's on you. I have hepatitis.